What scares you most about living with MS? The thought of decline? Or the possibility that recovery might never come? If you've ever questioned whether true MS repair or remyelination are possible, or if it's really just about slowing decline, this video is for you. I'm going to show you how combining B-cell depleting therapies such as Ocrevus, along with my daily essentials and neurological reprogramming, the combination transforms something bigger than any of them alone. Actual repair through remyelination. This matters because it means you don't just have to live with MS. You can fight back, feel real recovery, and experience the pure joy of beating it day by day.
Exactly. Ocrevus was designed as a CD20 B-cell depleting therapy, and there's no way to achieve that naturally or with supplements. Only a targeted therapy can selectively deplete B cells at the level needed to change the course of MS. However, recent studies indicate that it not only affects B cells, but also alters T cell activity over time. That means it's not only cutting off one part of the immune attack, it's reshaping the broader immune response. Less background inflammation means a quieter battlefield for your nervous system, and that opens the door for remyelination to take place.
And that's where my essentials matter. If the battlefield is quiet, our recovery tools can actually get to work. Exercise isn't just about moving muscles. It's one of the strongest essentials for recovery. Each session triggers a cascade of molecular changes. Growth factors like BDNF and IGF-1 surge, stimulating oligodendrocyte precursor cells to mature and wrap axons with new myelin. This is plasticity in action, driving neurogenesis, metabolic resilience, and ultimately remyelination. Exercise makes the nervous system more responsive to repair signals and more capable of rewriting circuits. The overall sleep cycle, especially non-rapid eye movement, also aka deep sleep, is when crucial processes for myelin maintenance and repair are most active. Research indicates that quality, uninterrupted sleep provides the brain with the best opportunity for oligodendrocyte precursor cells to mature and repair actions to occur. Then there's niacin and niacinamide, which help clear out old myelin fragments and recharge cellular energy, setting the stage for remyelination. Potassium keeps the brain's electrical system stable. Every time neurons fire, potassium channels help reset the nerves so they can fire again cleanly. Without enough potassium, signals can misfire or fatigue faster. But with potassium, the axon maintains steady conduction, letting each rep and step pattern register reliably. Iodine supports thyroid hormone production, and those hormones are like master switches for growth and repair genes, including ones tied directly to myelin regeneration and remyelination. Sunlight sparks UVB rays that spark vitamin D production and immune balance, which indirectly are linked to myelin repair. Together, they act as repair signals, flipping genetic and immunological switches that tell the body it's time to rebuild myelin. Ocrevus doesn't replace these, but it makes them far more effective.
Neurological reprogramming is where it all comes together. Every repetition and every practice step is essentially a command to your nervous system saying, this is how to rewire. Over time, these repeated signals can reprogram neural pathways through neuroplasticity and encourage remyelination. In MS, however, inflammation can distort or block those signals. By combining an anti-inflammatory therapy like Ocrevus with supportive measures that promote neural repair, the essentials, and leveraging the brain's natural plasticity, it's possible to rewrite the neural code, rewiring circuits for lasting recovery and sustained remyelination.
That's the part that keeps me coming back day after day. Each rep is more than just a muscle contraction. It's a carefully coded electrical signal traveling through my nervous system, saying, store this, strengthen this. Every contraction is both practice and instruction, reinforcing synapses through long-term potential and giving my body another chance at remyelination. It's not simply movement. It's active rewiring and repair in real time.
And science explains why. The brain uses Hebbian plasticity, neurons that fire together wire together to strengthen connections. Repetition induces long-term potentiation, or LTP, which is the molecular process of learning. The more consistent the signal, the more likely synapses are strengthened, new connections form, and unused ones are pruned. That's how circuits get reprogrammed. But here's the catch: if inflammation is raging, as it does in MS, those signals are distorted. Cytokines from active immune cells actually disrupt neurotransmission and synaptic plasticity, causing what researchers call an inflammatory synaptopathy. That interference delays or even blocks remyelination.
Which is exactly what I felt for years. I would train, but my body wouldn't hold on to the improvements overnight. It was like the code got scrambled again while I slept, and my chances for remyelination lowered.
That's where Ocrevus changes the game. By depleting CD20 B cells and modulating T cell behavior, Ocrevus lowers inflammation and reduces the background noise that garbles those signals. It doesn't directly activate remyelination, but it calms the storm so the message can actually be received. Pair that with essentials like niacin, which fuels NAD+ metabolism, clears myelin debris, and helps OPCs mature, and suddenly, the code is not only transmitted clearly, but written into circuits more efficiently, enabling remyelination.
And when I really focused on deep sleep, that's when the gains really kicked in. The overall sleep cycle, especially deep sleep, non-REM, activates the very processes that maintain and repair myelin. Deep sleep clears metabolic waste, REM rewires connections, and together they create the prime environment for oligodendrocyte precursor cells to mature and form new myelin. With inflammation dialed down, my nightly rest feels like true remodeling instead of damage control. It feels like remyelination is actively taking root while I sleep.
Exactly. Sleep and exercise release growth factors like BDNF, fertilizer for neurons and oligodendrocytes. Those oligodendrocyte precursor cells are the ones that remyelinate axons. In MS, inflammation impedes OPCs from maturing. But when you lower that inflammation and provide the right growth signals through exercise, sleep, niacin, potassium, iodine, sunlight, remyelination can proceed. This isn't just theory. Trials with clemastine fumarate have shown actual improvements in conduction, meaning myelin repair is possible even after chronic damage.
I can't point to an exact date or time. It never happens that fast. Improvements came slowly, sometimes so subtly they were easy to miss. But over the years, looking back, each one stacked on the last. Now, more than a decade in, my eyes are open and I can see it all. The cumulative effect is undeniable. This isn't just maintenance, it's real repair, real remyelination.
On the cellular level, that's crucial. Exercise releases BDNF, which is like miracle grow for neurons and OPCs. When B and T cell activity is muted by Ocrevus, those signals can take hold instead of being drowned out. Your nervous system can follow growth cues and push toward remyelination rather than fighting against immune damage.
When I started really respecting my circadian rhythm, waking up at 2 a.m. and going to bed at 6 p.m., because that's what really works for my body. My Fitbit sleep scores jumped. Deep sleep clears debris, REM rewires. And with Ocrevus controlling inflammation, the cleanup crew isn't just mopping up fire damage, it's actively remodeling the house. That's when I wake up stronger, not just rested, and more confident that remyelination is happening.
Niacin plus niacinamide amplify that. Niacin activates macrophages to clear myelin debris. Niacinamide supports NAD plus metabolism, fueling energy for repair. So Ocrevus halts the attack, niacin clears the wreckage, and sleep plus exercise lay out the blueprint. That's the synergy of molecular repair and remyelination.
Potassium and iodine might sound small, but they are not in the slightest. Potassium ensures reliable firing. Iodine flips genetic switches for remyelination. Sunlight tilts immune balance towards tolerance and fuels vitamin D related pathways that support myelin regrowth. These details build the conditions where repair and remyelination aren't just possible, they become the default.
Neurological reprogramming ties it together. Every rep, every step pattern is a message to your brain: rewire this circuit. With inflammation lowered, repair signals active, and plasticity engaged, those repetitions become permanent code. Research shows that in MS, motor practice during low inflammation states leads to stronger long-term potentiation. The message doesn't fade, it ingrains. And when remyelination is happening in parallel, those rewired circuits conduct faster and more reliably.
It's why I call this recovery, not just stability. I'm not only preventing relapses, I'm actively improving. My gait, my right hand, my balance, they're stronger than they were before. And the longer I keep at this routine, the more those gains stick. That's remyelination at work.
The big picture is this: Ocrevus lowers barriers, essentials provide building blocks, and repetition rewires circuits. One without the other stalls. Together, they create momentum, and that momentum is what drives remyelination.
Let me give you a real example from just yesterday. I have a bunch of Amazon deliveries scheduled, and so I call my monthly Amazon subscriptions, and it came 3 different boxes, in total about 30 pounds all in all. One was my 10-pound whey protein, which I carried to my room to refresh my night supplements. Then I took it to the kitchen. The others were dropped off in the garage and the front door. I helped each one through the house. 10 years ago, I probably couldn't have done that by myself. Oh, I know I couldn't have done it by myself. 5 years ago, it would have taken me a long time with ample rest breaks. In the past, that kind of chore would have drained me mentally. I feel foggy, spent, like my nervous system had run out of gas. But yesterday, I carried it all without fatigue. And when I got it all cleaned up and put away, I sat down at my desk, felt not even a sliver of exhaustion.
That's an important sign. Tasks that used to trigger neurological fatigue now pass without draining you, because the underlying circuitry has become more efficient because of ongoing remyelination. Stronger conduction, lower inflammation, and cleaner energy flow all add up. This is neurological reprogramming showing itself in daily life, not just in the gym or clinic, but in ordinary routines like moving boxes. It's the practical proof that your system is adapting, holding the gains and steadily reinforcing remyelination.
So whether it's in the gym, during sleep, or carrying boxes through the house, the message is the same. MS repair isn't theory, it's practice. And I'm living it every day, driven by remyelination. Thanks for watching. Drop a comment to me if you found I give you hope. And if you want to video chat with me, consider joining my Patreon community. Link is down in the description. Until the next video.